Alright, Laguna here. We're going to go over some PvP basics today. We're going to go over primary escapes that each class has. I have one of every class here. We do not have Warlock included since they're not on NA yet. Maybe I'll include that later. We're going to start with the Force Master, Romcrom. Their tab escape can take them out of suppression grapple if spec. It can knock us back, but if it's spec for knockback, it will not take them out of grapple and suppression. And it can spec for groggy, aka dazed on NA. Here's the animation for it. Tab. Okay, he has a spec for knockback. They can also spec their SS, which is their jump back, to remove CCs as well. Your SS works on knockback, knockdown, daze, and stun, right, Romcrom?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's correct.
And here's the animation for that. Okay, it will freeze me in place. I cannot move. I have to SS out of that. Okay, so those are two things. Those are both on 36-second cooldowns, okay? Those are the Force Master cooldowns that you need to be watching out for primarily, and you need to learn how to avoid those, okay? You can iframe them when they do it, when you expect them to do it. Summoners, if they have their cat out, just do the swap cat when I kick you. I can knock them down, they can swap with their cat, okay? So if they're, if they have some distance on each other, and let's say you're gap closing, you knock them down, they can swap. That's a 12-second cooldown. Their tab escape is also key bound to their 2 button. If I CC them, they can use their tab. Okay, it stealths them and brings them back. Okay, that's a 36-second cooldown. For them, it's on their 2 keybind. Remember that. Assassins, they have 2 forms of escape. Their tab is a 36-second cooldown. It will remove grapple suppression, take them out of it'll take them out of everything. It will also blind you, and it will disable you. Okay, just like that. That can also be iframed and avoided. They also have a flower, which will take them out of groggy or daze and stun, but it will not take them out of knockdown. Okay. That flower is a 45-second cooldown, and the flower itself will stay on the map for 20 seconds. KFMs, their tab will take them out of grapple suppress. If they spec it, it can do a knockback, and it can do a daze. Remember, if they're spec for removal of grapple or suppression, they will not be able to CC you when they use it. Okay, here's what it looks like. Okay, there you go. Okay, that's what it looks like. 36-second cooldown for that, alright? Destroyers, they also have a 36-second tab that can be spec to remove grapple suppress. It can be spec for knockback, and it can be spec for daze removal. Okay, here's what it looks like. Okay, that's not your tab. That's his, okay, so that's his rage. That's his, they call
Not
it
fortitude.
fortitude, okay? That's a minute cooldown, alright? They have to spec that. That can remove CCs as well. Most destroyers on NA right now are specking rage, I believe, which is the DPS one, okay? But that is one that's commonly used on Taiwan. Can you tab now? This is what their tab looks like, okay? It does look a lot like their spin, which can be a little confusing sometimes, but it has a little aura, a glowing aura on it. So just remember to look out for that. And if they ever spin and daze you right after you CC them, you know they've blown their tab. LBMs, or Blade Dancers, can spec their tab to remove grapple suppress. Can also be spec to do a knockback, and can be spec to daze. Okay? They spin around and hit you, just like that. That is their tab. Their Soul Blades can also be spec to remove grapple and suppress. That is a 1-minute cooldown. Can you grapple him, Corpse? Okay. That's 1 minute. That's a 1-minute cooldown right there. Okay. Blade Masters, we have a 36-second cooldown tab as well. That can break, grapple, suppress, force grip. All the grapple and suppress removals also include force grip, guys. Sorry, I didn't mention that. You can spec it for knockback. You can spec it for daze or groggy. Okay. Someone CC me real quick, and I'll tab. Our tab is kind of like the LBM one, just a little bit bigger since we're Blade Masters. And we also have Soul Blade Discharge. I'm not sure what they call it on NA, which is a 1 minute cooldown, which will break, grapple, suppress, and force grip. Can you grapple me, Corrupt? This can be used anytime you're in this state, okay? And it will bring your abilities out, okay? So those are some things to watch out for with every class. Um, Before you get into the arena or while you're in the arena, start practicing on learning how to avoid these tab escapes and the other escapes that these classes have. A lot of them are meant to be uh, very powerful tools to turn a match around, turn the tables on someone. They can also be used offensively very quickly if your opponent is at very low HP. And just remember that if they don't have a tab escape, that's definitely a good time to put a lot of pressure on them. It'll take some time learning all their escapes and keeping track of their cooldowns, but it's something that you're going to get a lot better at over time. If you guys have any questions, put them in the comments below. Um, I stream daily from 3:30 to 10 p.m. Eastern on Twitch. Um, and we will be adding a Warlock version of this later. If you guys have any other recommendations for tutorials and videos that you want, also put those in the comments below. All right, thank you, everyone.